Hey everyone, today I would like to share with you my layout. It was made for Words and Paintery challenge. We have really nice yellow and blue color scheme and really nice quote. Green was the silence, red was the light. And if you want to see how I created my page, just keep on watching. I'm starting with the collage of papers on top of my white cardstock. I'm putting gel medium under and on top of my piece of paper. This way it's a little bit protected and my page will be a little bit more sturdy and I will be able to hang it on the wall. Papers will not wave so much and they will be perfectly glued on. Time to time I'm using my brayer to make sure that everything is stuck nice and flat. Time to time I'm adding pieces of yellow masking tape. It matched perfectly my color scheme to this challenge and I believe that it adds a little bit of character to work. Links to all products and to Words and Paintery challenge you will find in the description box, and I strongly encourage you to take your chances in this challenge. It was so much fun to create this page. It's not very complicated, but I really like how this piece turned. When I'm happy with my collage, I let it dry and remember that it's covered with really nice coat of gel medium, and I'm covering it with thin layer of white gesso. I put gesso all over the page and then with baby wipe I wipe out the excess from the paper pieces. This way my edges get a little bit blended in and lost. They are not so sharp, not so visible, and thanks to gel medium I am able to wipe it off from those yellow pieces of paper that I really wanted to be visible. On this stage my work stopped to be very bright, just muted on a little bit my colors, and I'm going directly to assembling my composition. I stick everything with gel medium. Under my photo I placed a few scraps of papers that I used in the background, and I will not cover them with gesso. That means that they will be a little bit brighter and they will help my composition to pop. I wanted to bring a little bit more of this yellow in some areas, so I'm using 30 knots yellow umber acrylic paint. I dilute it with water and those paints are really translucent. That means I will see both a color stain and my papers underneath, even if I will go with a little bit more heavy layer. I'm trying to apply it like I would do with aquarelle paint. That means I blur all the edges with water, and I dilute my paint enough to be able to make some splashes time to time here and there, just to have more messy look in my background. As the yellow was again too bright for me, I muted down the color with white acrylic paint. It's also translucent, so it will also not cover my papers completely, and I mix it with yellow to have different hues both in my background and in the splashes. When I'm happy with my color stain, I dry it a little bit with a heat gun and pick up the excess of paint with baby wet. And you can see that my yellow layer is a little bit translucent and it's just a color accent. I wanted something fluffy in my composition, so I use a lot of black thread under my main composition, and I stick on my embellishments with gel medium. Either my rhinestones or self-adhesive. I secure them with gel medium just to be sure that they will not fall out. I like to keep my elements in the composition quite close to each other to have this nice tight style composition. And as the finishing touch, I put the quote, "Green was the silence, wet was the light," all over my page with my handwriting. It added a little bit of frame to my project, but in the same time handwriting is quite loose, so the frame is not so thick and bulky, and all pieces look really cool in my opinion. So except that I wanted a little bit more white around my composition, so I add a little bit of splashes with white splash acrylic ink. And on this stage my work is basically done, and thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you like this project, and remember to check out the description box for more info about products and the challenge. If you like my video, give me thumbs up or comment, and subscribe to my channel to be updated with all the videos that I make. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.